What is up, everybody? My name is Kiana, and I am with Rank Pool. We help businesses to market themselves online, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some custom audiences that you should be using. I'm going to show you what's involved in those custom audiences, and then I'm going to show you how to set up those custom audiences. So if you don't know, custom audience is an audience that you create from data. So it's going to be like people who visit your website, or people who watch a video that you post, or people who like your page. It can be a lot of different things, but using custom audiences is super powerful because of the reason that I mentioned that it's people who have already engaged with you in some way. So you're taking people who aren't cold to you, aren't completely cold to you, they do know you in some way, and then you can take those audiences and create like lookalike audiences, which is even more powerful. Lookalike audiences, we'll get into that a little bit today, but I have a separate video for that. Basically, a lookalike audience is, it is a cold audience, but it's created from a custom audience. So you tell Facebook, hey, I know these like 100 people that bought from my website. Can you go out and find like 1 million more people who are just like them? And Facebook will go out and find them. So that is super powerful, obviously. Let's go ahead and just get into it, though. I want to show you this list that I made, and I'll make this available for download. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll be a link. If you're watching this on Facebook, it'll also probably just be a link. Let me get my face out of the way here. Cool. All right, so this is the list that is going to be available for download, and it's just like a template, so you can remind yourself of all the opportunities that you're possibly missing. The first type of custom audience that you should be creating is a custom conversion audience. So if you don't know what a conversion is, you're probably very new to business, but basically it's just when people do what you want them to do. You're trying to sell cars. If somebody buys a car, they've just converted. They're a conversion. So the first type of conversion is going to be a lead or a sale, so a type of conversion that leads to money. And the second type of conversion is going to be a type of conversion that leads to like a contact or somebody being added to your funnel, but they're not exactly a customer yet. So this is going to be like a newsletter opt-in, a webinar sign-up, anything that's not a lead or a sale. So what you can do is you can take these types of custom conversions and you can track them. Number one, you should be tracking them with the Pixel. If you don't know what the Pixel is or how to use it, you should check out my video on the Pixel. But basically you can take, like, let's say somebody buys from your website, you can create a custom audience of all the people who have bought from your website, and then you can create a lookalike audience from that. Or you can say, hey, people who bought from my website, I want to target them to get them to buy again. So just like that. Don't get too caught up right now if you're kind of confused. Like I said, I will walk you through and show you how to create these audiences. So right now, I just want to make you familiar with what a custom audience is. So the next type of custom audience is going to be from like interactions. First off, we have video views. So if you post a video on your page and people watch it, that's great. You're creating an audience. You're having, number one, people engage. Once a video view is a type of engagement. So you're having people engage with your post. And then number two, you're capturing them because they engage. So you can retarget them. You can retarget people who have watched 3 seconds of your video, 10 seconds of your video, 25%, 50%, and 95%. So I use the 3-second one a lot. It's like the lowest barrier to entry. 3 seconds is not a lot of time. And depending on like how long your video is, 25, 50, and 95% can be a lot of the video. If it's shorter, like 15 seconds, maybe not, but 3 seconds is always super attainable. It's not the strongest type because it is so attainable, but it's a great place to start. So at least 3-second video. And let me give you a tip. If you're struggling, if you're like, well, I'm advertising to people, but my cost is high, it just seems like my audience isn't big enough, you can create an audience with video. So post a video. You can drive traffic to the video with ads, or you can kind of just wait for it to happen organically. Not my favorite method. But, you can drive traffic to the video, and then you can retarget those people, and boom, you just created an audience. You created your own traffic source. But let's keep moving. Lead forms, another one I use a lot, because most of the ads that I run are for leads, for the lead objective. And another great source of a custom audience. So people who see the ad and they click on it, they open the lead form, but they don't submit, I can retarget them. People who do submit, I can create an audience, and then I can tell Facebook, hey, can you find more people who are going to like fill out my lead form for me? So that's another awesome way. Navigation and service page URLs. So People who land on like the pricing page of your website, people who land on the services offered page or the contact page, these are people who are actually looking for more information about your company. And based on the pages that they land on, right, like pricing and services offered, you can assume that they're actually interested in getting your services. They're looking for a way to contact you to give you their money. So you need to know that. If you don't have a pixel on your website, you will not know that. So number one, get the pixel on your website. Number two, retarget the people who visit the service pages on your website. The next type is a case study URL. So it's another page on your website that's not maybe connected directly to your service. So if you have like a webinar page, if you have like a case study page, a portfolio page, you can also retarget those people, of course. Once you have the pixel, you can retarget people from any page. Another type is content. So like I mentioned, this printable little cheat sheet here is going to be on my website. So personally, anybody who goes to my website and they visit the page that I have this on, I'm going to be retargeting them, and you should be doing the same if you offer like a blog. If you have a blog, if you have something downloadable, if you have like a tool that you are sending people to, even like a training video on your website, you can be retargeting those people. Next one is going to be events. Events is another great one, especially if you host multiple events. So let's say I have like a Facebook ads training event in person here at the library maybe. And people who are saying they're going or that they're going to show up, they respond on the page. Well, I can retarget those people. I can create an audience. I can go to Facebook and say, hey, people who said they're going, can I retarget them with more ads of my events? And Facebook's going to be like, yeah, man. So you can do that. That's awesome. It's an awesome resource. Next one is going to be the Facebook page. So let me just mention that my favorite way to build an audience when I'm first starting out with a new page is to run a page-like campaign. So number one, it gets people to like your page, right? So it looks less new. And then number two, it lets you retarget those people with a custom audience. Number three, it lets you reach those people without paying any money, because once people like your page and follow your page, what you post will show up in their newsfeed. So a lot of people say that they don't think page-like campaigns are useful, and they do have a limited use, but still, I like to use them with new pages. And if you're struggling to get people to see your page, if you eventually want to, do more organic stuff, less paid stuff, then you should be doing a like campaign. But not only people who like your page, people who engage with your post. So a post engagement is literally any click, whether they are clicking to read more, they're clicking to watch your video, they're clicking to react to it or to comment or to read the comments. All of these are engagements, and Facebook tracks them, and then you can say, hey, everybody who basically clicked on my post, I want to create an audience out of them. Another cool one is people who send messages to your page. I use this one a lot when I'm doing like messenger campaigns. So if I'm doing something with like the messenger bots, and I get people to like react to my ad or basically just start a conversation with me, it's more powerful to use this type of custom audience to retarget those people as opposed to like these other types. Another one, if you're advertising on Instagram, you can target anyone who's engaged with your business on Instagram. Like I said, an engagement is a pretty broad term, so it's good. It's good. You do want to try and dial it down, but there's many options for that. And then the last one here is going to be the customer list. So these are going to be people who are already customers. You might wonder, like, well, why would I want to advertise to them? Because it's cheaper to get people to convert twice than to convert once. So if people are already a customer, it's cheaper to get them to buy again than to get somebody you don't really know to buy for the first time. So it's valuable. Another reason is that you can upload the list and then create a lookalike audience. So again, you like say, hey, these are my customers, Facebook. Can you go out and find other people who are going to buy from me? And Facebook will go out, and based on the data markers of the people on your list, they will find other people who they think are similar and will give you their money. Or just, give you their money. And then I want to quickly cover lookalike audiences, which I've mentioned a couple times by now, so hopefully you kind of know what they are. It's just going to be people who look like this audience. So you upload your customer list, people who look like your customer list, people who look like people who have engaged with your page or who have visited your website. So this is my list. I'm going to give it to you, and I'm also going to show you right now how to create these custom audiences. So you can do it directly within the ad set level, or you can come over here to audiences. You can wait for it to load. Oh, very slow today. Alright, so here we are in the Audiences tab. This is a fairly new account. It's just a little affiliate store, but it's going to be good for me to show you like how to create like website visitors. So you just come here, create audience. This blue button right here, custom audience, and then you see all those different sources that we were talking about: website traffic, customer file, video, lead form, all events, Facebook page. So it's pretty intuitive, but let me show you just how to create a few. So website traffic. If you don't have a pixel, some of these options I don't think will be available to you, but don't take my word for it. Watch what I do and then go try and do it for yourself, because a lot of times you can pre-create custom audiences. So here we are. Make sure you have the right pixel selected. And we want to include people who meet any of the following criteria, because we're only going to put one. So you can do all website visitors, people who visited a specific web page. Say maybe like I want people who visited my home page, and you can put the URL there. Or, you know, you can use like custom events and things like that. Custom events, I think I have the page view on all of my pages. I have people who use the search function, and people who, I think this is for one of the ads I was running. Haven't been in this account in a little bit, I'll be honest. But I want to show you also how to create a lead form ad. So for people who are like real estate agents, chiropractors, dentists, people who want to collect the information from their people before they try and convert them, you should be running lead form ads. And this is how you create a custom audience from a lead form ad. So you go create an audience, lead form, include people who meet any of the following criteria. Of course, make sure that, number one, you have the correct page. So we're going to do an ABJJ, and then anyone who's opened this form, this could be useful just for like general retargeting. So people who basically clicked but did not submit, this is like a little more specific. They actually opened it and specifically didn't submit, and this one they opened it and specifically did submit. So this is the one I use most often, open but didn't submit, because I want to get those people to actually submit. If you open my ad and you don't convert, it's confusing for me, and I just want to keep hitting you with that ad or different ads. Another one is, I use this one a lot, people who opened and submitted. So I'll create this, you know, this custom audience, select your forms. I don't have any forms because this is an e-commerce site. So let me show you maybe one with a form. Let's see. Which one of these? Oh, let's do this one. So you choose your form, right? And then you can choose as many forms as you like. If you're choosing more than one form, though, your audience is going to be muddled and not specific. So one form per audience, I would suggest. And then so people who have opened and submitted the form, didn't submit in the last, let's say, like 30 days. Just a tip here, the fewer days that you put, the more specific your audience is going to be, smaller and more specific. The more days you put, the less specific it's going to be. And then, of course, if they submitted the form, like, you know, 180 days ago, 90 days ago, they might not remember you, which can be good or bad, but just keep that in mind and play around with it, test it. I usually do either 30 days or 45 days. I like to stick there. So name your audience, open, no submit, what do we say, 30 days, and then adult jiu-jitsu. You can name it anything you want, but it's kind of frustrating when you don't put proper names and then you're like searching through the audiences. So do yourself a favor and do it right the first time. Then you can always like come here to your audience list here, and you can always just rename it if you want. But I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like I've left you guys in a pretty good spot. Like I said, this list will be available for download, so please do download it, use it, create the custom audiences, make more money. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. You can find more videos like this in my Facebook group, Rank Pool. You can find more resources like this on my website, rankpool.com, training videos as well. And then I am on YouTube as well. So, like I said, I'm Kiana. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know. And go out there, use the custom audiences and lookalike audiences, and make some money. So, I'll leave this video here for you. Have a great day.